absolutely not. That's the reason I'm running. I've been down to City Hall, and I've seen tons of people in line to speak on different issues. Downtown was one. The funding of downtown, Hillcrest Golf Course, the hospital, many different things, and it just seems to me that it's fallen on deaf ears. There's pre-made decisions before people have time to speak and really be heard, and I think that's what we're all about, and that's what I'm about. I'm about going out and listening to the people and doing the will of the people, because that's pretty much what we're founded on, is doing the will of the people. I really think we can do a better job. There's many ways to do it. We live in a society today that's so fast-paced. It's not easy to do, and I'm not to pick on anyone that's in office now. It's hard, but sometimes you just have to take. And this job does take a lot of time, and I understand that. But sometimes you have to get out there and maybe knock on some doors after you're in office, and go back to those same people and say, "What do you think about this? What's your ideas?" And tap into many types of people from different economic and backgrounds. I think that's what we need to do. As far as transparency, I think on that issue, downtown, I believe the transparency on downtown, people really don't know what's going on with that situation. It's kind of like a boat without a rudder. We hear one thing, then another thing, and so we really don't know where it's going. And that's where you get a lot of negative feedback. And I know things will change, and nothing can stay the same because there's different things that'll come up. But we were told the hotel had to go on a certain corner. Well, that's no longer the case. Just things like that I hear day in and day out as I walk the streets and go into businesses and talk to people about the city of Owensboro.
You had mentioned downtown and Hillcrest, and in those instances when the city commission chambers were crowded, most of those folks were against those decisions that were ultimately made, and typically when being against something is often motivates someone to get out and act,
right,
as opposed to those perhaps that were for it,
right,
that did not go to express their support. How do you balance between what might be a vocal minority and a less vocal majority? Not saying that necessarily is the case in those, but how do you determine when that's the case?
Well, how I determine it is what I see and what I hear, and then when I leave City Hall and I'm talking to people, because I talk to people every single day. That's part of what I do, is I talk to a lot of people. And when I keep getting the same answers, I can verify what those people did and what they said. So basically, yes, you're right. There is a group of people that are for. It's easier to be against something than it is to be for something. I realize that. And I'm not saying I am totally against downtown revitalization. I am not. I am for it in a fiscally responsible way. And I'm for it in getting entrepreneurs involved, because I know when entrepreneurs are involved, they're there to make a profit. And when they're to make a profit on their money, they are going to work hard to make sure that it works.
With downtown, you said that with the plans and how those are proceeding is an area for improvement with transparency. How more specifically would you keep the public involved in the decisions that are being made, or the decisions that are confronting officials?
You could probably have town hall meetings. You could have things on the internet. I believe there was supposed to be something on the internet with the expenditures on downtown, which I haven't seen. I don't know if it exists or not, with how much money was going out to which entity, if different who's being paid in the $80 million. What does it include? in our investment? Does it include your consultants? Does it include, is that in the 80 million or is it not in the 80 million? I don't know. Those are the things that people would like to know.
Okay.